and it's the first one involving the burners, I do want to remind you how to light the Bunsen burner. Okay. I do have the hose attached to the gas jet on the bench top, and I have checked the hose for cracks and scars and anything else that might cause it to leak by running my fingers over it. And if there's any rough spots, that's where I look to see is there actually a hole there or not. If you're unsure, please ask. Once I know the hose is good, I'm going to be sure the valve is turned open. Again, looking upside down, right is tight, left is loose. How open or closed do you make it? Somewhere in the middle. You have time to adjust it later. Also, we're going to have the windows closed. A lot of students forget to check if they're closed, somehow assuming the people who used it last time put it away correctly, and you know that's not a safe assumption. So we're going to be sure those windows are closed. So I have I'm going to move this to the side for a moment. I have my valve down here open. I have the windows closed. I'm going to turn the gas on, and I can hear that the gas is running. If I could not hear the gas is running, I would put it to my ear to listen. If I still could not hear the gas is running, I would need to open this valve more. If the gas seems like it's running too much, then of course you can close the valve. That's a choice as well. You do need gas coming out of it though in order to do the lap. Okay, and again, it was lefty-loosey, righty-tighty from underneath. When you're looking from above, that means it's reversed. So I'm now closing it by turning to the left. I know it's confusing, you'll get used to it. Valve open, I can hear gas coming out, windows are closed, I'm ready to use the striker. Again, being right-handed, I'm going to push with my left hand on the back of the striker, get it over the gas area and squeeze. And hopefully, if you've set it up right, it only takes 1 or 2 tries to get it to light. And of course, you move your hand quickly. All right. Again, do not be scared of the fire. Okay. As long as you don't just shove your hand in and start counting Mississippis, you'll be just fine. If you're really worried about the heat, get your left hand wet, and then the water absorbs the heat and not even your skin. We are not going to be able to purify anything with a flame that looks like this. In fact, this flame is dirty. If you were to put your crucible over this, it would get black soot on the bottom. Do not do this, but I do want to demonstrate. Okay, see how it's starting to put black soot on the bottom of the crucible there? That's going to do the opposite of purification. So, we want this a big blue flame. I'm going to start by opening the windows to make it blue. Okay, now I have what I would term a small blue flame. I have that inner cone there, outer cone up here. Above the inner cone is the hottest part of the flame. But again, this is a rather small blue flame. We want to purify that crucible. We're literally burning the crap out of it. Don't put that on the AP test, but that is our goal. We want to heat it up so much that any of the junk from past times of use are burnt out of it. So we're going to get a large blue flame. I call this a roaring blue flame. Can you hear the roar? Like a small jet engine, like it's ready to take off. Okay, it is ready to heat our crucible. Now by luck, I have my crucible bottom about where the top of the inner blue cone is, because that's the hottest part of the flame, and that's what I want underneath my crucible. If you're not even anywhere close, that's perfectly fine. Big hint, before you move the burner underneath, raise and lower the ring and triangle and crucible to fit. Not try it underneath first and then try to adjust it. So I'm going to be able to place my flame just like that, directly underneath the crucible. The bottom of the crucible is right above the inner cone. I am hearing a roar. That's what I want. I want to heat this crucible intensely. The crucible might start getting red hot. That's just fine. It should be able to take it. I said should. What happens if it heats up too much and there was a flaw in the crucible? It will shatter, possibly shooting shards within 6 inches away and that sort of thing. That is why we always wear goggles and apron, especially when heating things. All right. So how long do we heat this? We have no way of knowing. Let's give it about 10 minutes. So pretend 10 minutes have passed. 10 minutes have passed. I'm ready for the cool cycle. Again, here's our cycle. Heat, cool, mass. Heat, cool, mass. Pretend 10 minutes have passed and it is well heated. We're going to let it cool for just a little bit right there.